video to help you walk through one of the assignments for tonight. So, under that classwork tab, if you look at this interactive FICO credit score, it's a little confusing to get going. So, I'm going to help you walk through the first one, and then hopefully, you guys will be able to complete the rest on your own. So, when you click on the interactive FICO score, go ahead and open up that worksheet, and it brings you to something that looks like this. So essentially what we're doing is we are going to estimate different credit scores for following scenarios. So it says you've been assigned to be a credit counselor for Sam, Jessica, and Danielle, whose profiles follow. For each person, follow the directions to understand the impact of certain financial decisions on their credit score. So the first one we're doing is Sam is a college junior. He couldn't wait until he turned 21 so he could apply for a few credit cards. Here are some details about his profile. And then it also says for each of Sam's actions, mark whether you think the factor improves or decreases his credit score. So that's what I would initially do first, is in this far right-hand column. You'll read the details. So he currently has 3 credit cards. You're going to put a plus or a minus sign in here for if that's going to improve or decrease his credit score. They generally say the average single individual should have no more than 3 credit cards. So depending on how well Sam manages them, this could be helpful to him. He got his first credit card 8 months ago. That can also be beneficial to his credit score. He doesn't have any student loans, so that can also help and hurt his credit score depending on the type of loan or debt that he needs to acquire. And then he's applied for 5 credit cards in the last year and had 3 applications accepted. That's probably going to hurt his credit score because that's a lot of applications. So the first thing I would do is kind of read through these and decide whether each of these is going to help or hurt his credit score. Then when you finish that, what you're going to do is you're going to click on this link up above that says the credit score estimator. And when you click on that, it takes you to a website to help you calculate a FICO credit score for the following individuals. You're going to use the information from the worksheet about Sam to be answering the questions. So number 1, it tells us he currently has 3 credit cards. When you look at this website, when it says how many credit cards do you have, we're answering this in terms of Sam. So we know he has 3 credit cards, so he's going to be in that 2 to 4 range. It takes you to 1A, and it says how long ago did he get his first credit card? If you come back to that worksheet, it is even labeled as 1 continued, so 1A. He got his first credit card 8 months ago. So you'll come back to that website, and it'll be between that 6 months and 2 years ago. Number 2 is a little tricky. It says, how long ago did you get your first loan? If we come back and look at this, number 2, it's saying that he doesn't have any student loans and or any loans. So number 2 on our website will actually be, I have never had a loan. Number 3 is asking how many loans or credit cards have you applied for in the last year? If we come back to this, number 3 tells us he has applied for 5 credit cards in the last year. So that's an important piece. So how many loans or credit cards have you applied for? 3 to 5. Then you'll keep following along. You'll work through the rest of these questions using Sam's information from the charts. Once you've completed that and you've got through question 10, where it's asking about bankruptcy, you will get a credit score for Sam. So I got the rough estimate for Sam to be 575 through 625, and yours might be different just depending on how you answer some of those questions. So then when you get his credit score, you're going to come and you're going to put this in here. So here's your guess. Number 2, you're taking a guess of what you think Sam's credit score might be, depending on the information given. And then number 2 is where you're going to put his actual estimated credit score that you're pulling from this website. So that answer is going to be that 575 through 625. through 625. Then you're going to go ahead and answer the other two questions about Sam and his credit. When you finish that, you're going to do the same for Jessica. It's the same thing. So I would close out of your credit window or your FICO credit estimator. I would close out of that tab completely, and then I would just go back in and open it. You can either use this link or you can use the link that's posted at the top of your worksheet. So you have Sam to do, and then you'll do Jessica, and then you have one last one for Danielle. And then at the end, you'll just answer some reflection questions about each person and their credit scores. If you have any questions on it, though, feel free to send me an email and I'll answer it the best I can.